Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl P on another webinar series, and this one is going to be a special one. So, we're going to do a webinar series with Stella Sky, co founder of MINXXX Digital. Hey, Stella.
Hello. Hi, Paisley.
Hey, thanks for being here.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about social media. And, I'm not the end all be all expert of anything, but I'm here to share what works for me and what I observe works, and hopefully can give some people some strategies.
Yeah, for sure. There'll be plenty of time for question and answers. So if you have anything, just raise your hand if you want to speak or type it in the chat. But let's get started. So, first off, thank you guys for being here. I'm going to hand the floor over to Stella, but not before I say my ABCs of the whole entrepreneurship. So, Caring the past 6 years has really taught me a lot. And I feel like the basic foundation for it is like the ABCs. It's always my go to things. That's accountability. In this industry, you have to hold yourself accountable. If not, get an accountability coach, partner up with some peers, and just hold yourselves accountable. But that's definitely something that you need to thrive. Branding, which we're here to talk about with Stella Sky and MINXXX, and going over social media marketing strategies. And we have a lot of fun things planned, like sales funneling, email marketing, the next few webinars. So please don't miss out on these webinars. So we're going to get into that in a second. But C stands for consistency. In order to thrive in this industry, you have to stay consistent. If you cannot hold yourself accountable, if you're not going to be consistent and you're going to work this day and quit for a couple weeks and come back, or just not be as focused, you're not going to see those good financial results that I hope we all want to see. So, with that being said, I'll hand it over. She has some cool things planned for us tonight. So, let's get into it.
Some cool things. Today is probably the coolest of the topics because social media is actually kind of cool. I don't know if email marketing and sales funnels sound as cool. So, yes, thank you for that intro. And can you see the screen I'm sharing? Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay. So social media, and I started off with a little poll. If you didn't submit in the poll, go ahead, submit, because I am curious to see kind of where we stand as a group tonight as far as where we are on social media. And I'm not seeing anybody on YouTube or Facebook, which must mean Miss Paisley hasn't voted, because I know she's on YouTube. So yeah, so we're going to talk about social media. Social media is for us marketing, right? We are reaching out to a wider audience. So I don't know if anybody here needs convincing of it, but why would you want to be on social media? Is because it's free access to billions of viewers, with a B, billions of users. So Instagram has 2 billion monthly active users, TikTok has 1.2 billion, YouTube and Facebook have a combined 5 billion monthly active users. So these four really are driving a ton of traffic, and successful creators that are making lots of money, particularly with fan sites, are doing this by capturing traffic off of social media and converting these people into fans, right? Especially when it comes to OnlyFans, because OnlyFans doesn't have its own internal traffic. But this applies beyond OnlyFans as well, and it even applies mainstream. Successful porn stars are very intelligent with their marketing and how they are on social media. So this is the average amount of time spent on each of these different platforms per day. So this is maybe a good way to gauge if you're not sure where to start, if you're not on social media at all and you're feeling overwhelmed and you're just going to start with one account. I would probably pick by where people are spending the most time, or kind of maybe look at those top four: TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, where people are spending the most money, and focus your energy there. And then if you wish to expand or you find you're good at doing one, I do think Facebook is worth marketing on. Even though it's down there on the bottom half, I think Facebook is worthwhile. So yeah, TikTok though. I'm going to say TikTok a lot today. Because I think a lot of us are scared of TikTok. I don't know. Does that ring true for anybody that's here today? Yeah. I was scared of TikTok. TikTok still scares me a little bit, you know? I'm not a natural TikToker by any means. And you don't have to be. So let's talk about challenges. And I would love to hear if there's any challenges that you have in particular as well. Go ahead, put that in chat. But some common challenges, was it Nerdy that you said, what can I post without getting shadow banned? Shadow banning is probably the number one complaint that we hear is like, I'm getting 0 views, I'm getting banned, I'm getting, you know, kicked off of platforms or locked out of my accounts. And that's a really big issue, right? I hear about that a lot. So one of the things that's really important, so the second bullet point here, it says strategies to prevent being flagged by AI moderation. And what that means is when we're thinking about what we're posting on social media, think about it from the perspective, it's a robot, it's AI that's going to moderate your content. So that means it's looking for things like a lot of skin. It's looking for certain sexually suggestive faces. It is looking for things that, you know, resemble nude body parts or sexual acts. So it's not a person necessarily that might be flagging your content. I think a lot of us think automatically maybe somebody's reporting us, but a lot of this can be picked up by AI moderation. Yeah, warnings on a picture of food might be something to the degree of somebody reporting it. But in that case where it's something that's completely safe, so this has happened to me on TikTok. My main TikTok account has been banned, I don't know how many times, and I've appealed every time. And even if I don't win the first time, I might win the second or third time. So especially if it's something that's not explicit at all, I would highly recommend always appeal that if possible. And we will talk a little bit more about some TikTok strategies about what to do on TikTok. But my main advice here when it comes to shadow banning is you have got to keep it clean when it comes to TikTok, unless it's an account that you don't mind throwing away. It's a burner account, a throwaway account. You've got to keep it clean for TikTok. You can absolutely make burner accounts, but Instagram as well, they're very sensitive and they're only going to get more so over time. So it's important to establish yourself beyond just putting it all out there. I still see people on Instagram that basically are just posting photos in lingerie, and that is going to raise all those red flags of too much nudity, you know, too much skin, whatever it might be. So you can work around this. You know, you don't have to post that stuff to gain traction. There are more ways to go about it. So what are the algorithms and how do we use them to our advantage? And the algorithms are also part of that AI moderation, but the algorithms are also scanning your content, and they are looking at how people are consuming your content. And one of the key factors is how long people are watching your content. So when somebody is watching your content past that 3-second mark, that is going to boost your video in the algorithm and it being pushed out to other users. Some other things that you're going to want to pay attention to in order to make your content the most appealing for the algorithm to push is the video quality needs to be of good quality. Most standard iPhones these days that you can get have plenty good quality. If you can use the back camera, I would get a ring light, get good lighting. The quality is really going to matter. The video completeness. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to tell a story per se every time, but you have to tell a quote unquote story, and that there needs to be a beginning, a middle, and an end to keep somebody watching. And the most simplest form of that is simply having some form of text. You see this a lot with jokes, where they have the first half of the joke and the text overlaid for like 5 seconds, and then the second half of the joke afterwards. There was a beginning of the joke and there was an end of the joke, and there was a middle where you didn't know how the joke ended, but it keeps you watching through the video. And that's what really is going to matter when it comes to the algorithm, is how long somebody's watching it. Just as well, engagement matters. So people commenting, liking, sharing, and saving your content. When people are commenting on your content, it's important to engage back with them. That does boost the engagement on your video. Ideally, you can ask them maybe a question when they comment, and ask them a question and get them to comment back to you. That's two comments right there that you just got. So even if it is hate comments, just remember hate comments still count as engagement to the algorithm. So you do need to have a little bit of a thick skin. Please don't take it to heart. Just remember that this is driving traffic to your page, right? Some other things are community interaction, and what that really means is digging into your niche and sticking to your niche. For example, myself, dancing niche is really my main TikTok's niche, so I stick to that, and I engage with trends in the dancing niche. When there's a new dance trend, I'm doing the new trend. Same thing for, excuse me, for my fitness page. I'm going to be engaging in fitness trends. So hopefully this helps open up, you know, some ideas as far as like how you need to think about your content when it comes to having it perform well on the algorithm. You need to keep people watching longer, produce content that has high quality as far as the video itself, the quality of the video. This does not mean that you need to do a full-on production of a story time TikTok. All you need to do is, you know, make sure the video's looking good. You can still do a stupid little dance. If that's on for your brand, if that's you. So here are some examples that I've pulled of some creators that I think do this very well. They're successful with their TikTok marketing, and they're relatively different niches here, and they're using 3 different tactics to get somebody watching past that 3-second mark. The first one on the left here is Jane, and she's a MILF niche, and what she's done here is says mom might be 47 and have no makeup on, but ... and so you have to keep watching to see the conclusion of that sentence. But what? So she's keeping you watching past that 3-second mark to find that out, boosting the engagement. And this is also like her niche, very on brand for her niche. Almost all of her videos are exactly like this, where it's just her in the frame and she's got some kind of text talking about how she's a mom and maybe she wouldn't look so hot in this or whatever. And that's her thing. That's what she does. And she does it very well. She has really established that brand of herself. And that's another lesson we can take away from these creators, is when they find something that works, they stick with it. If you look at big creators, especially ones that have fan pages or are sex workers also, you'll notice that their content, it looks very much the same. Like you can look at their page and it's recognizable. All the videos have a sort of gel to them. You can tell that they're coming from the same person. So we're not wanting to jump all over the place. We want to test a few new things. And once you find something that works, we want to continue using that. Even if one doesn't do so well, the next one might do better, until you notice that there is a really general, like, okay, these are not doing well at all. But don't try to reinvent the wheel for every TikTok. You should have, you know, a few mainstays that you do again and again. Long-winded, I know. Does anybody have any questions up to this point? Please just type them in the chat. I will always pause to answer questions. So the one in the middle here is Miss Lola Rose. She also is very successful on TikTok, has many different accounts that all perform well. And here she is demonstrating the classic 3, 2, 1 countdown, where she's standing off screen and she's counting you down before she reveals the outfit. There are a few different variations of this, people holding things in front of them and then revealing after, holding the outfit on screen. But what is it doing? It's keeping you watching 3, 2, 1, 3 seconds past that mark. So she's literally counting you down for her engagement right there. It's kind of genius in a way. And then here's another one. This is a simple trend that anybody can use because you can virtually do it with whatever kind of clothing you're comfortable wearing. You could do it with your hairstyle. You could do it with many different things, but it's 1 versus 2. So she's got on high-rise swim bottoms here. And she says high-rise versus, and then past the 3-second mark, she's going to say low-rise, right? So you kind of know what to expect. You're waiting for the reveal of the low-rise, but you could do this if you have skinny jeans or wide leg jeans and you've got a nice butt, this kind of jean versus this kind of jean. I've even adapted this with my shorts, rolling them up and down. Do you like my shorts rolled up or rolled down better? And it also can get people to engage in the comments because you're literally asking them which one is better. So they have something to type and now you've boosted your engagement again. So hopefully you guys are kind of seeing some strategy here. I hope I'm not overwhelming you. It's good. Yes. Yeah. And it can feel like a lot. The most important thing is, write down a plan for your social media. That's really important that you have a plan and you're not just waking up every day going, what am I going to shoot for social media today? I highly recommend having a schedule in place where you are having a dedicated day where you sit down for 2 hours and you are just going to bust out some TikToks. And even if you don't post all of them, you have drafts now saved up for the coming weeks. Then if you have a moment that strikes you, you can, just make them in batch every time so you always have them ready to post. I would not recommend making them every single day that you post them. That is not a good use of your time or your energy. Okay. So good point in the conversation where we're talking about feeling overwhelmed maybe by all the things that you have to do to post on social media. And maybe you noticed even when I was just talking about planning it that I'm making my planning around TikToks. Now, the reason I do that is because I utilize social media automation. So what that means is instead of me managing by hand manually all my social media accounts, I actually am only posting manually on Instagram and TikTok. And I used to not post on Instagram, but now I'm trying it out. I feel like maybe Instagram is starting to not like bot posting. To be announced. So anyway, I post on TikTok. I use something called repurpose.io, and it automatically reposts my TikTok to YouTube Shorts, to Facebook Reels, to my Twitter account. So I don't need to think about posting to those social medias. As long as I post up one of my TikTok drafts, I'm taken care of for that day as far as posting goes. I can always post extra if I want to, but I have a video going out across all my platforms every day. And repurpose is not something that MINXXX or myself is associated with. I pay for the service personally because I get a lot of use out of it. It really saves me a lot of time. And one of the things that really surprised me with using repurpose actually was, like I said, my TikToks are posted to a Facebook page that I created, to Facebook Reels, and I never log into this Facebook account. Never, ever. And because it's been posting my reels, some of them do well. They get traction, a lot of hate comments on Facebook, by the way. And that Facebook page, when I checked it the other day, had like 75,000 followers. And this is like a page that I completely ignored for a year. But it does contribute a portion of my traffic, actually, and made me reconsider, after reviewing that, made me reconsider how I think about Facebook marketing. Maybe I didn't think much of it before, but looking at my stats of my traffic, it is actually working for me. So I've heard that echoed from other creators as well. So don't turn your nose up at Facebook. Just do exercise caution in how you sign up, that you're not connecting it with your actual Facebook in any way. Okay. Repurpose.io, in case anybody missed that. Questions, Dennis? No questions. All right. So next topic from the social media is, we talked about how to create the TikToks, where to get our inspiration, how to get through the algorithm, how to avoid our shadow banning. Let's talk about why we're doing this in the first place. So the whole purpose of social media is not just to get big on social media for the sake of getting big on social media. It's not to be popular. It is to drive traffic to your paid sites to make you money. So this is the start of what we would call your sales funnel. And we'll talk more about sales funnel in the next webinar as well, but I do think it's worthwhile talking about today, because a funnel brings things in. It brings a whole bunch of stuff down to one specific point. So you can think of Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and Clapper or whatever you might use, right? And they all bring somebody to your link page, which is going to be the next step in your funnel. And then from your link page, boop, down to your pay site, where they become a customer paying client, earning you money essentially. So the social media is the widest part of your net for you to catch these fish, catch these whales, right? And yeah, so that's basically it. The whole goal of our social media is to funnel them to our link page. So that being said, on your social medias, it is best practice to make sure you're directing people where you want them to go with no choice in the matter. And what that means is, for example, on your Instagram, where a lot of people put their link in bios, you might sometimes see somebody that has 2, 3, 4. I know somebody that has 5 links on their Instagram. So that already is not funneling, right? You have many places going to one place. So you want to make sure on your social media sites that you're only linking one place you want them to go, usually to your link page, right? So that's going to stand true for anything except for Twitter, because Twitter, you can directly post your adult sites. So whatever is your highest paying site that's making you the most money, I would suggest you can just post that link up directly there. But yeah, so that would be as far as best practices go for your sales funnel on the social media end. And yeah, that is basically everything today. We talked about shadow banning, keeping it clean, our trends. So if anybody has any questions that popped up for you or we didn't answer, and next time we will be talking about link sites. And this is the link site that we built for Nikki Huntsman. She wanted it to be Bewitched and WandaVision inspired. So that is what we made for her. So yeah, back to you, Paisley. I'm done with my rant.
Well, I didn't have much to add on to this, but I would like some questions. Do you guys have any social media questions? I know a lot of us do struggle there. I need to work on mine and getting on TikTok. I know Mattress Actress has one, but I need a Paisley A's one. What social media sites are y'all using?
That's worth noting also. If you have another business that you run, you should also be considering these things for your regular businesses as well. These apply across any business, sales funnels, email marketing. These are all important for all of us who are trying to find customers. That's really what we're trying to do.
I guess we can talk a little bit about what y'all been working on for me.
Yeah, so we've been creating the MINXXX landing page, her domain, and your email collection and automation. So she'll be able to reach out to all of you who are interested in getting in touch with her. And she'll be able to reach out with any webinars that are upcoming, classes or opportunities. So yeah, I'm excited. We'll have something beautiful and you'll be able to run your business a little bit smoother.
Well, I'm excited. It's looking so good.
Good. I'm glad you're excited.
No questions.
No questions?
This is a first. Okay. Well, thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing this with us. I can't wait to post it on YouTube. Oh, Bambi might have one. But yes, this will be up on YouTube for anyone that missed out on the first half or just missed it in general. So I'm excited. This is something that definitely needs to be talked about a lot more, especially on YouTube. I like getting. You said what?
Well, there was actually, let's see, I did have, let's see if I can get out of this, some examples of social media. Let's see if I can share. I don't know if it'll share this with the sound, but I wanted to share this because I saw this today and I was like, what timing that I'm about to talk about social media. So let's see. I don't think you'll be able to hear it, unfortunately, but this is Kazumi, and she's talking about she's made $10 million off of OnlyFans. And what she has to say about it is that she is a marketing nerd and she did a lot of research on marketing strategies, and that the people who are successful, that she says a lot of people don't make money, but a lot of people that do make money are swarming TikTok, buying ads on Instagram and Twitter, and they're doing the same reel a million times. So I really want to emphasize, she says doing the same reel a million times. So that's really what I want you to take away from that the people, like what I said about the people who are most successful, like actually, let's see, will it show my other tabs if I tab over? Is it showing the TikTok tab? Or no?
I see what's on the screen.
The TikTok? Do you see the TikTok page?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So so here's a creator. This is the Jane. She's got, by the way, multiple accounts. This is just one of many. So I started from smallest to largest here. So this is an account with 29,000. But what do we see here? Consistency, right? How much the same do all of these look? So people know what to expect when they come to her page, right? And then they all look the same, but this one hits 42,000, this one hits 3,000. And that's something I even notice across different platforms when I post, is something that can get, literally, I'll have something bomb on TikTok, like 1,000 views on TikTok, like super sad, making me scared, sad. And on Facebook, it'll do 34,000. So you never know, like truly it is random. So just stick to your stuff. Just like she's showing here, right? Okay, this one, 5,000. The one directly to the left, 90,000. They look almost identical, right? So on to the next one. This is just some different things of different inspiration that I pulled up for you guys. 241,000. Yes, all of these are OnlyFans creators. She is a faceless account. She's not even showing her face. She's doing yoga, stretching in positions where she's not showing her face. Notice she is in leggings. Okay, she's not pushing the boundaries. There's no skin here, right? So she's, well, that one definitely has skin, but she's, for the most part, staying within the boundaries, right? She's not pushing the limits. She pushes the limits on the beach once in a while. But for the most part, she's just doing her handstands, right? It's very plausible deniability here. But also, how much the same are all of these? So both of those work equally well, Bambi. It's the question of Bambi's asking, is Beacons better at driving fans to our links than a link tree? So both of them are going to work the same. The difference is going to be what capabilities you have. So Beacons enables you to do email collection natively, where you can set up email collection, and that allows you to get a hold of your fans. It's a line of contact that you have directly. So let's say your Instagram account is deleted overnight. You still have a way to get in contact with people and say, hey, here's my new Instagram, or you have a new video dropping. My email list has over 5,000 people on it. I do not have over 5,000 people subscribed to my OnlyFans. So that's an opportunity for me to market back to people that were interested in me at one point to give me their email to click on that. So Beacons enables that. Linktree, you can only do email collection if you use it with MailChimp, and MailChimp is so anti-adult. You have to be so careful. You could really risk. MailChimp kicked me out before I even sent an email. So that is just something to note. So that's why I would choose Beacons over Linktree. But if you're just using it as a link page to get some from one person to one place to another, they're both going to work the same. I would say the paid versions of both of those are better as far as, especially with Linktree. I don't think Linktree is very nice with the analytics they give you. They make you pay to get good analytics on where your traffic is coming from and where it's going.
Sasha said, when you do content, roughly how many hours would you dedicate in the beginning?
So, yeah, it depends. You go ahead, Paisley.
Is the question about content like OnlyFans and clip sites? Because I don't think content you have to put in like a set amount of hours. That would be more for like PSO and Cam.
All my links, I believe, all my links, I believe, does not have email collection. So for TikTok, Sasha, as far as that, one, it's going to depend what your schedule looks like. So I had set aside 2 hours a week to do that. And that includes like me setting up, putting on outfits and stuff like that. The other thing is you can include TikToks into your workflow when you are shooting spicy content. So if you're like putting on makeup for that, things like that, transitions are really easy. So try and look at also your day of shooting content, or when you do shoot content, opportunities for you to, in the before parts when you're still clothed and made up, for you to make TikToks then. But you can also set aside a separate time a week. I think an hour to 2 hours works great. You might want to set aside a little more time in the beginning because it might take you a little bit to kind of get your workflow going. What I do is throughout the week, I am saving TikTok sounds that I'm finding that are trending, and I'm sending them to myself in a message. And then on the day when it's time for me to shoot, I'm just going up and opening that up, the messages that I sent myself with the TikToks, and using those sounds. And I'll shoot like 3 to 5 TikToks with the same sound. So I have like 5 drafts per sound. So if you find 5 trends you want to use a week, that's if you do 5 versions of each 5 trends, you got 25 TikToks. Yeah, that's the strategy that really works for me, is pick a set number of trends or sounds and then see what performs well for your TikTok. So say you tried 5 different trends, you notice one sound performed well, so post the other versions of that sound and then make more of those next week. Whatever you start to notice does well, don't keep it random. Once you notice, okay, they like this, lean in. Make more of that. Because all these accounts, like here's another one, right? Everything is very predictable. You can see how she mass produced this. Not like, this is great. I'm admiring her work. You can see these are all shot on the same day. She does an outfit change here. Same day. Low-waisted or high-waisted shorts. She's doing all the things. So, and how much does she have? 1.8 million followers. Simple as pie, what she's doing. Any of us could do it. But even if you feel like, okay, this isn't me, this isn't my niche, you can find somebody like Jane who does the 40 plus mom thing. You can find somebody, this is Rosie Blushes. She does very like redhead, busty redhead content. She's, I think, 1.8 million as well. But just, I want you to take away how similar all of the videos look. That there is a formula. If you find your formula, you're going to do just fine.
Well, I'm excited to get started with doing all my TikToks.
Yeah, don't be scared. Just dive in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Something that is good to remember when it comes to TikToks is they are so short-lived. Like, think about how we used to get stuck on like a video for like a year, like Charlie the Unicorn. Like we were all stuck on for like years. We love Charlie the Unicorn. And then now a TikTok trend like the corn boy, some TikTok trends don't even reach everybody. You'll be like, I love the corn song. And somebody's like, what is that? I've never seen that. And they're still chronically on TikTok. So trends are really fast. Videos are really fleeting. Okay. Nobody cares if you make a flop. They didn't see it anyway. Nobody saw it. That's why you're mad. You're mad nobody saw it. But guess what? Nobody saw it. So just keep going. Don't worry. Just keep going. If you notice though an account is getting 0 on everything, that account is shadow banned. But it has to be 0. If you're getting like, 200 and you're like, I'm shadow banned, you're not. You're not shadow banned. Most of the time people aren't shadow banned. True shadow banning is like actual zeros. And on Instagram will tell you if you're shadow banned. You can search for yourself for Twitter to see if you're shadow banned. So yeah. And yeah, if anybody has questions about social media or wants to talk about that stuff, you're welcome to reach out to me in the Paisley group, or if you're in the Doc Chocolate group, either of those, please reach out to me on Telegram or wherever. I'm happy to troubleshoot with you guys.
Alrighty. Any last questions? She said, once you're shadow banned, is it better just to make a new page?
Depends. So Instagram, I would see if you can get it back. I would try and appeal, depending on how many are on the account, right? If the account is really low in follows anyway, and it's not really going to hurt to throw it away, so if it's an Instagram account, I would say it's worth attempting. This is me speaking from the experience of literally, I think today was the first day I got my account on the like approved to be seen status. What I think did it was my account was a professional account and it was telling me that my bio was wrong. And so my @ was Sexy Stella Sky. So I was like, maybe I'll try taking Stella out. So I take Sexy out. So I took Sexy out, made it It's Stella Sky. And then I also changed it to a creator account from a professional account and appealed. And that either taking the Sexy out or changing it to a creator account, one of those did it. And it fixed it. And likewise, but with TikTok, yeah, if it's a brand new account, 1,000 followers, I might just start over. You can make a secondary account, but you can also, Nerdy, you could go ahead if you want a screenshot and like DM me your account status so I can look at it.
I'm gonna let you finish typing, then I'm gonna wrap it up. I need to eat. I have
yeah,
my eat. How do you find it? You know where she's
Oh,
at.
so okay.
Send her
So
a
let me
message.
ask you this. Sorry to, we'll let you in one sec, please. So how do you know you're shadow banned on Instagram? Because I think that's something sometimes we think we're shadow banned when we're not for real shadow banned. Okay, they sent you the message. Yeah, so that is the one nice thing about Instagram is Instagram will tell you. So I'll show you how to do it so everyone here can learn in case they don't know. But when you're at your account and you've got the three little dots, the hamburger menu up at the top there in the corner. Oh, I just turned it off. Sorry. You got that message too? Uh-oh, girls. So you're gonna click this guy right here at that. Boop. And then from there, you're gonna scroll down all the way to the bottom and you're gonna see, sorry it's blurry, but you're gonna see one that says account status. You're gonna click on that and then it's gonna show you these green checkers. Or like the orange. So that top orange one, thankfully, is not affecting me being seen. It's a long story. But what can't be recommended, that second one, that's where you are going to click on that. And if they'll tell you the reason, that they'll show you the content, they'll tell you what's wrong. So go to that, screenshot it, DM it to me, both of you, Paisley and Nerdy, and we'll talk about it off stream.
Okay. Yeah, for Mattress Actress, I'm good. It's not. I want Paisley. That is.
Okay. We'll take a look.
Okay.
Send me that screenshot. All right. That's all I got to say.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.